Yogi Clan, welcome back to Yogi's Cycle Service. For today's video, we're going to be working on Fester's bike, 2003 Nomad, taking off his rear wheel and changing his tire. Very similar process to a Harley or any other motorcycle for that reason. Get the brake caliper off, get your saddlebags out of the way, get the axle nut loosened up. And if you have problems sliding that axle nut out, you got to take off whatever things that impede that from sliding out. For here, it's a saddlebag bar. Then we can go ahead and get the axle slid out. You may have to lift up or lower the bike, move it around, get some pressure off of it to get the wheel out. The big difference between this bike and a Harley is it's shaft driven, and there are teeth and a gear set that's on the shaft and then a gear set that's on the rim itself. You can just wiggle it and loosen it up. But as far as changing the tire, it's the same thing I do for every other bike. Get some C-clamps, get some blocks of wood to put it up on. Crank the C-clamps down so you break the bead off. Once the bead's broken, you can kind of step around the edges of the tire like you see Fester doing here to get the bead off the rim. Flip it over, repeat and do the same thing. But this time we decided, hey, instead of using the C-clamps, let's go ahead and break out the Harbor Freight bead breaker and give that a try, see if we can speed this process up a little bit, and it did work. So we're going to use some tire spoons and some I cut out a laundry detergent bottle and made some rim protectors out of that. You can see I got the two black tire spoons. Those are my kind of like my favorite spoons because they got different angles on them, which really help you get in there and get the edge of that bead to wrap it up and around and over the edge of the rim. That little silver one I have, I just kind of move that one around so I don't lose any progress I made, and then go ahead and use that black tire spoon. I think I got it from Northern Freight. They work really well. A subscriber had mentioned to me the other day to wrap the ends of them with duct tape to help one step further protect the rim. That's probably a good idea, and I might go ahead and do that for the next tire change. But using the laundry detergent bottles that I've got cut apart works pretty well. Once you get the one side open, you can kind of flip it up on its edge and then pop the rim out from the opposite side. Sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle. It depends upon the tire. And here you can see how worn Fester's tire was that we're changing. Surprisingly, it's a Dunlop. It only had about 6,000 miles on it. I don't know why it's so worn. He does pretty good at keeping up in the air pressure. But anyways, we're going to squirt this side with soap. And then if you do it right, you can kind of get that to pop on without even using any tire spoons. But from here, you're going to want to put your knees on the end closest to you and get that edge of that tire down underneath the lip of the rim, so that'll give you more room to work to pop the other end onto the rim. I have a few tire changing videos out there, you know, how to change a tire with spoons, how to break a bead. It's all pretty much the same process. And honestly, taking this tire off on this 2003 Nomad compared to a Harley, it's really not that much different. Really the same basic process. But here you can see I'm squirting up the side with some Windex so we can get the bead to seat. After I get the bead to seat, since we're changing this manually and I don't have a tire balancer, we're going to go ahead and pull that valve stem back out. We're going to re-break the bead again, and then we're going to go ahead and dump 2 ounces of Dynabalance beads in there and then reseat that bead. Once the bead's reseated, the Dynabalance beads are in, we can go ahead and wiggle that wheel back onto the gear set in his shaft drive so it locks it in. Put our arm on for the caliper and get the axle in, get the nut on, tighten that nut down, put his saddlebag bracket back on, fix the exhaust to it and get everything put back together on this side. And we can put the stabilizer bar back on the other side to link those two saddlebag bars together. Put his brake caliper on and then go ahead and put the saddlebags on and you're done. Really not a broad process at all, just take some time. You got this.